Good morning, everybody. My name is Jenny Malm, and this is Jenny's Biblical Messages. Life is hard. Relationships and friendships are hard. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice today to help you make those relationships and make your life a little bit easier. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness?" All right, so let's take this down a little bit. To be yoked, that's a word that was used in biblical times. It was a wooden yoke that joined two animals together so they could combine their strength to pull a load that generally would have been too difficult for one animal to pull by itself. So this yoke made this team inseparable. As a result, they were stronger and their combined strength made their task easier. So yoke means joined together. That's how they're using it in the Bible here. So what it means is if you have a relationship with somebody or you have a friendship with somebody that does not have the same beliefs as you, your life is going to be more difficult. I remember being young and my mom putting into my head, we were Catholic, and she said, "You have to find a Catholic boy. You have to marry a Catholic man so that your lives will be easier together because you will have the same religion." So, I actually had 2 marriages. I know. And the first one was not Catholic. And not only that, our ways of life were very different. Though the way we thought about raising children was different. The way we thought about life was different. We grew up very differently. There was a lot of differences that were in that marriage between the two of us, and therefore our marriage was very, very difficult. Okay? My second marriage was, we were both Catholic. I had already had 2 children, and so I could see how he was with children, what his thoughts were raising children, and we were more compatible. Now, there were other issues, but we're not going to get into that because I am single, so clearly there were other issues, but we were yoked together. And all throughout this time, now we have 3 adult children together, and we still keep in contact with each other, and we help with the children. Like, even after we were divorced, we were always there for each other. Him probably more so than me, always there to help with parenting the kids, to help with just life decisions and things like that, because we were more equally yoked together. So we're talking about being yoked with people in the world and how we go out and find people in the world, and even friendships. This is why being in a church is so important, and to have community is so important, because you're around like-minded people. And when you're around like-minded people, your friendships become easier. So friendships are hard. They're hard, let's face it. Relationships are hard. Family members are hard. It's hard to be around other people, especially when you think differently than they do. So if you can at least have some of those friendships and your spouse be equally yoked together in the beliefs that you have, then that will make life just a little bit easier. Now let's talk about being yoked with Jesus in your life, because We cannot do life alone. We can't. John 10:10 says that the devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And we need to be in a walk with Jesus to make our lives easier. So being yoked with Jesus in your life means that even the most difficult assignment will become more pleasurable. Being yoked with Jesus in your life changes the atmosphere. It brings peace to you. It brings strength to you. Being yoked with Jesus means that what was once wearisome and troubling, because you were doing it alone, is now pleasurable and lighter because you are doing it with him. Doing life alone is the hardest decision that you can make. It's the hardest thing that you can ever do, is to choose to do this alone, is to choose to not even be in the world alone, but even go to church alone and think that you can do that on your own. Being Christian is tough. It's tough. And if people tell you that it's easy, they're lying to you. It's tough. But let me tell you, also, being a Christian means that when you are walking in alignment with Jesus, your life becomes easier. The thing that makes it tougher is because the closer you get to God, the closer you get to his assignment, the more the devil is going to try to get you away from that assignment. So the more he is going to try to bribe you and try to get you to do the things of your old life. He's going to do anything and everything he can do to help you forget what your true calling is. He's going to try to make you forget what your true calling is. That is why, if you are not walking this life with Jesus, then your life is going to be difficult. And how do you walk with Jesus? I'm laughing because I think I say this every single time. Reading the Bible, praying, worshiping. It's very simple. If you do those three things every day, even if you start off doing each of them for 5 minutes a day, what you're going to notice is that 5 minutes is going to turn into 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is going to turn into 15 minutes. That 15 minutes is going to turn into a half hour. That half hour may even turn into an hour. It doesn't matter the length of time. It matters that you start doing it continuously. You pray without ceasing, which means that you are praying all the time, but you're still living a life. So how do you pray all the time? You just keep going back to it. When you are reminded of it throughout the day, you go back and you pray. I don't pray for 3 hours at a time. I probably don't pray for 3 hours a day, but I probably pray for an hour today total. A little bit here, a little bit there, throughout my day. In the beginning, in the evening, I read my devotional in the morning, and then at night I read a chapter or two of a book, a Christian biblical book, and then I read the Bible. I do that every day, so I get a little bit of my Jesus time in me every day. Listen to some worship music, and there you have it. I have prayed, I've read my Bible, and I've listened to my worship music every day. Okay? That's the challenge I have for you. And not only the challenge I have for you, but also to find those friendships of people that are like you. If you are new in a church and you are single, or your spouse is not with you, or something is going on that you're finding yourself alone in this, then I suggest that you get into a group, you get into a team, you help serve at your church, you do things at your church, because what that's going to do is it's going to bring a community with you. My girlfriends and I, we have pool days, we have game nights, we'll meet each other for dinner, we will do things together and separately. There are times that I have to say no to my friends because I have too much to do in a weekend or throughout the week. So, but what a great place to be. What a great place to be. I am not alone. I am not lonely. I live alone with Lily, who's still in bed, but I don't have a spouse. My children are grown. But I am not alone because I have yoked myself with people around me to help me in this walk, that encourage me. I encourage them. I talk to Jesus every day. I am yoked with him. All right. Have a blessed day, everybody, and go and get yoked with Jesus.